Benjamin Netanyahu has taken to social media platform X to welcome PM Modi on his second trip to Israel. Taking to social media platform X, Netanyahu said, and I quote, "Welcome to Israel, my dear friend. Remember, PM Netanyahu broke protocol to welcome PM Modi at the Ben Gurion airport." All right, now I want to go across to Shruti Das Gupta. She's, of course, a foreign affairs expert. Shruti, I want to ask you that, can India now realistically balance deepening ties with Israel while maintaining strong relations with other Arab nations?
Thank you for that question, Vaishali. I think we can. And I think Israel is banking on India being able to maintain its neutral stance and have good relations. Otherwise, the IMEC will not progress. IMEC is supposed to cut down about 40% of the time for transit of goods to Europe. It's supposed to cut down 30% of the transportation cost. If both these nations want a good, healthy, happy economic co-production and development, they need to be able to balance the interests of the Arab nations. What my co-panelists were unable to probably tell you as much, the hexagon of alliance is not actually aiming to be anti-Shia or anti-Sunni. It is anti-radical Shia and anti-radical Sunni groups. So anti-radical Shia would be Hamas, Houthi and Hezbollah, which I am sure none other than Iran is able to give succor to, no other Middle East nation. And when they say anti-radical Sunni, it is ISIS or Al-Qaeda. These are known groups, UN recognized terror groups. None of these Arab nations are at least openly willing to give credence to such organizations. So the hexagon of alliance is not just between India and the Middle Eastern nations. It is also between the South American nations. It's also between the African nations. It is also able to, India has if you've seen over the last 1 year plus, India has been laying down supply lines. Every foreign visit of PM Modi is a deal which he goes and signs with particular nations important to trade and its dynamics. And that is the capital which every FTA is trying to tap into when they come to India. And Israel is willing to do just that. They are hoping that they'll not take offense when India takes a neutral stance, because they're hoping to leverage those very same supply lines, those very same production hubs, those very same understandings that come from the neutrality of India as a stance. So this is what Israel also expects from India. It does not expect a vassal state. It does not expect an echo chamber. It expects a neutral, positive partner that will not break its ties, but help Israel also dealing from its entire dependence on USA, as well as create a new axis within the Eastern Hemisphere, and help Israel be part of the new multipolar world.
Ambassador Gauri Shankar Gupta, you and I haven't discussed this point. I was discussing this previously with my other panelists. The question about Gaza is a burning question, really. And given ongoing tensions in Gaza, how delicately now do you think India must frame its public messaging diplomatically?
Vaishali, what has happened in Gaza is actually a disaster for humanity. Firstly, because the Hamas did this, terrorist attack on Israel, which was really the beginning of it. And then subsequently, the crackdown by Israeli authorities, which landed up in so many deaths, as well as a lot of people were completely, rendered homeless. Now, this situation cannot, we always believe in one thing, that the humans should not suffer in this kind of situation. Of course, the terrorists should be punished, as we did in case of Operation Sindoor, but we did not attack any civilian facilities at that time until Pakistan did so. So similarly here, we believe that Israel should have restricted its attack more on Hamas and less on the general public. But obviously they are constrained because a lot of Hamas militants were hiding in hospitals and in schools and in houses where they had to attack. So now reconstruction has to begin. And President Trump has started this, Board of Peace concept, which has been authorized by the UN Security Council. It is my personal view that we should join this Board of Peace. We have participated as an observer last time in Washington when the meeting was held a few days ago. We should join the Board of Peace, and we should actually become part in the policy formulation, how to make life easier for the residents of Gaza, how to develop this area, and how to make it function as a normal territory within the Israel, controlled area of Arab world. So this is how it should be worked. I'm absolutely sure that the Prime Minister will bring this point to the notice of Netanyahu and will tell him that this restoration of peace and normal life is a priority for India in Gaza, and India will be willing to help in restoration of that normal life in that area. I think even otherwise, given our role, because we are the only country in the world, and I'm telling you with emphasis that we have good relations with Arab world, good relations with Gulf Cooperation Council, good relations with Iran, and also good relations with Israel. And therefore, we are in a position to mediate and to work a peaceful solution to the Gaza, where the people are suffering. So I think it will take definitely a priority for Prime Minister Modi, and it will be reflected, I'm sure, in the joint communique. But at the same time, it is my personal view that we should join as a member of the Board of Peace and should play an active role in policy formulation and implementation so that the peace and normal life could return to Gaza. Over to you, Vaishali.
Right. I now, of course, have Major General Dr. J.K. Parihar, Senior Defense Expert, who's joining me. And I also have Ambassador Mahesh Sachdev. Now, Major General Dr. J.K. Parihar, we've been discussing how important this visit is when it comes to defense and technology. I'd like your opening comments to begin with on this.
Yeah, on this particular aspect of the defense and technology, obviously Israel is a major partner for giving us so many important systems dealing with the unarmed vehicles and drones, navigation systems, and we have on the card about this refueling in the air of our fighter jets. For that, we are dependent on the leased aircraft systems. So it is expected that a deal will be struck between India and Israel to support it, and that to be a major deal. Another deal which is not directly linked with the defense, but it is involved the multi-disciplinary is about the AI setup, where you are coming at the quantum compounding, the future of the computer technology, where Israel has a upper hand.
All right, viewers.